Yes, welcome back, people, to CC Sports Lab. I'm your host, CC, where our passion is your entertainment. Yeah, man, people, just we're gonna get into it, And today's topic we are discuss Coach Steve McClaren and the Reggae Boys team, right? Earlier, we played a game. The Reggae Boys played a game, against the USA men's national team. Lost 1-0 in the stadium, and they lost 4-2 in the States, culminating in a 5-2 aggregate loss, right? So they dropped out of the Nations League quarterfinals, and as quarterfinal losers, they are now in the CONCACAF Gold Cup preliminary round, where they will face St. Vincent and the Grenadines. People, I think this format is foolish, because a couple of years back when the Nations League started, normally the top 8 teams, which would be all the quarterfinalists, would go on to the Gold Cup. But they have changed the format this year where it's just the semi-finalists automatically qualify for the Gold Cup, and the losers of the quarterfinals go to the preliminary round, right? Which I just think is bonkers, because you have teams that are in Nation League B that automatically qualify for the Gold Cup. To clarify, people, Nation League B is the league that you get relegated to if you perform poorly in Nation League A. So say you finish at the bottom of your zone, and depending on other variations, your poor performance, you get relegated to Nation League B, and then you have Nation League C, right? Nation League C, you do well, you get promoted to Nation League B. You do well in Nation League B, you get promoted to Nation League A, right? So for someone to get promoted from Nation League B to Nation League A, which means Nation League A is the higher league, it's as if you're rewarding that person with a space in the CONCACAF Gold Cup, and then punishing the person who is in the better league, which is Nation League A, by suffering the fact that they suffered a defeat in the quarterfinal of the Nations League to go and play in a preliminary round, when they could have freed up that spot. And the quarterfinalists, all the quarterfinalist losers would have been able to schedule friendlies against each other. For example, Suriname lost, Honduras lost, right? And Costa Rica lost, and Jamaica lost. So all these 4 teams could have scheduled friendlies in that space where we're going to play the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I think it's a ridiculous fixture. But the very serious topic now that I'm getting into is this. And before I get into it, people, and announce it, please hit that like button, that share button, and subscribe to the channel, right? I know I just came back, but your subscription will go a far way. I am just 223 subscriptions, or 213 subscriptions away from 1,000 subscriptions, and it will help the channel and do the channel a world of good if you could subscribe to the channel. But people, right now, back at it again, because as you know, our passion, your entertainment. So the press conference first was pushed to November 9th. So squad announcement, the coach came out and gave his squad. So when the coach came out and gave his squad, he was basically saying that he wasn't going to talk about the entire squad, but he was going to talk about the outs and the ins, right? So when he gave that press conference, he touched on a few players, like Norman Campbell being out, John Bell being out, and all of that. But the primary player that we want to focus on is Bobby Reid. When you look at Bobby Reid being out, right? The coach said in the press conference that the reason for Bobby Reid being out is because Bobby Reid's wife is with child, giving birth, and he wanted to spend some time or be with the wife. So that was November 9th. Fast forward, we lost the game November 14th, and then we traveled away to go and play the US. The press conference before the game now, the coach came back now and giving updates about the squad, talk about Antonio and Kaim Dixon losing their passports. But then when it touched on Bobby Reid, right, the coach said Bobby Reid was injured. Then we discovered something talking about Bobby Reid's absence with Leicester City. This came out November 8th. And I read, he picked up quite a nasty wound in the League Cup on his Achilles. It keeps opening up when he tries to go to the next step. We're hoping that it can heal quickly, but he hasn't been out on the grass with us yet, so he's probably doubtful for the weekend. Potential return the 23 of the 11 2024. Condition currently being assessed, and his status is at 50%. This information is on the premierinjuries.com. So this information is on premierinjuries.com, and it covers Bobby Reid, right? So it was discussing the injury to Bobby Reid. I will play the press conference, people, so that you can have an opinion or form an opinion of it for your own. Because I don't want to come out here and say the coach was lying or not. I am not sure. Maybe the coach misread or misspoke in one of the press conferences. But for some reason, we would have wanted to know why did the coach say Bobby Reid wanted time with his wife giving birth as the reason why he's not in the squad, and then turn around before the November 18th match. This was before November 14th. No, this is on November 9th. Remember the timeline, people. Turn around after we lost that match and went away, giving an update and state that Bobby Reid is injured, right? As to why he is not in the squad. So I'm trying to figure out what is the truth surrounding Bobby Reid. But premierinjuries.com is telling me that he's injured. Steve Cooper recently spoke on it and said that they hope he will be available for the game against Chelsea, which will be the game on the 23rd, which is Saturday the 23rd of November, right? And he hopes that the wound doesn't open up. So from where I'm sitting and from where I'm doing this video, I think it's reasonable to say that Bobby Reid is injured. However, I still want to know why did the coach give us two different reasons? Because the primary reason he gave us was Bobby Reid, wife with child, he wants some time. Why, if you came out and say the player was injured, I don't think anybody would say anything. But yes, people, that's what I have to say on the matter. Please tell me what you have to say. I will play the video, and at the end of the video, just leave your comments in the comment section as per usual. And please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Yeah, man, I'm out. Our passion, your entertainment.
And yeah, the squad, everything will be the same. Just the outs. I'll just name the outs, which Norman Campbell. Norman, very, very, very unlucky not to be in this squad since he came in the first. He's been fantastic around the group. He's been contributing to the games. He's played for his club. Yeah, sorry, I think that was the wife just interrupting for a cup of coffee sometimes. So yeah, Norman's been very unlucky to be left out of this squad. I spoke to him. He obviously was gutted about it, but I explained the situation. He's done well. He's still part of us. I can only pick a squad of 23. I wish I could have picked more. That's what talents we've got out there. Norman is always will be in our minds, so we'll keep following him. Bobby Reid, unfortunately, Bobby, his wife is expecting their child during the international break, and he wants to be obviously there at the birth, which is only natural. We understand that family is very important. So he can't make it. John Bell
for the pre-match press conference for the United States against Jamaica, the second leg at Energizer Park, formerly known as City Park, in St. Louis, Missouri. We're joined by the head coach of Jamaica senior men's national team, Mr. Steve McClaren, and also reggae boy Leon Bailey. Before we open the floor for questions, not only physically but virtually as well, Coach, just want to go through some opening remarks and some updates to the squad that has traveled to St. Louis.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, just to update you on obviously the squad. At present, we are missing Ethan Pinnock, who didn't recover from an injury he picked up just before the camp. Mikel Antonio and Kaheen Dixon, both of them lost passports and it was too late to get new ones and to get visas to come over here. So they are missing. Bobby Reid, obviously, he's injured. And Mason Holgate, who got sent off on Thursday, is suspended. So in we bring Ravel Morrison, who obviously everybody knows, and Corey Bennett from